Check this out. Back in October, a good friend of mine was going to be in town. Would you love to go chase 509? I absolutely would. And as luck would have it, another friend was working 509 that night. Talk about a great idea to spend some time together. Now, I can't tell time. So I got out there kind of early, but it's Autoport. Hey, it's really cool. Let's take a look around. So, standing here behind the Tim Hortons, there's a couple of auto racks in the yard waiting to go inside Autoport. And of course, things inside Autoport are as busy as usual. Well, with a couple of hours on our hands before the trains start moving, let's take a little look around and kind of explain how the chase is going to work. These couple of photographs I'm taking, I'm standing on Howard Avenue. This is the crossing here, and that's the Tim Hortons in the bottom left corner that I referred to. Now, CN has a small yard just outside the Autoport terminal, and trains coming to or going from Autoport would move through that yard. They'd go down across Corsair Drive and then eventually cross over Main Avenue. Really cool bridge there. Whole lot of fun to photograph on if you don't mind kind of dodging in, around, and through the cars. Of course, after that bridge is going to be Emperor Oil, the former refinery site. While most of the architecture is gone, the most of the railroad track is still in place, and the train will continue on in through there. I'd love to go rail fanning in there sometime, but it is very off bounds. As the train continues west, they'll head through Woodside, past Halifax Transit's ferry terminal, and from there they'll continue on around Halifax Harbor on the Dartmouth side. They'll be hugging along through Dartmouth Cove for the whole way. And continuing around Dartmouth Cove, it is absolutely some of the finest rail fanning imaginable. So from Dartmouth Cove, they'll head on through Alderney Landing in behind the library just beside the other Dartmouth Ferry Terminal. They'll head across Ochterlony Street and get themselves into the yard. 509 is an evening job, and the power is usually tied up right here behind the yard office. It's just about that simple. We're going to start in the Dartmouth Yard. We're going to cross Ochterlony Street, travel behind the Alderney Landing Library, just beside the other Dartmouth Ferry Terminal here in downtown Dartmouth. We'll continue on around Dartmouth Cove, water by our side the whole way. And that gets us to the beginning of October. I'm here with a couple of friends, and we're going to chase some trains. Let's chase 509, that thing we said we were going to do if we hadn't got here so early today. Now, 509 left light power, 2 Jeeps coming out of the Dartmouth Yard. There's a tank car to pull out of Irving. Now, it's really busy working in through here, lots of pedestrian and automobile traffic, and it's one heck of a lot smarter to work this during daylight hours. A bit of back and forth, always fun to watch, and with that single tank car in place, they'll push that all the way east to Autoport, and we'll catch up with them there. And not too much traffic. We did catch up with them at Hines Road. We're just on the west end of CN's yard here at Autoport. And such a beautiful evening. What a great night for a chase. the challenge to try and photograph or even describe to help communicate just how hilly the route is out here. Those Jeeps are running pretty much flat out. It seems like no matter which direction they need to move their cars around in, they are constantly shoving not just uphill, but through an S curve. Well, train built, everything hooked up, air in the lines, time to get back to Dartmouth. This has just been an absolutely fantastic evening. I am so grateful. The rail fanning has always been very satisfying, but to share this with a friend has meant everything. Kind of like how the last photographs from the evening are right here behind the Woodside ferry terminal. It's the ferry to Halifax. It's where we go to connect with what happens next in our lives. Sure am glad this evening happened. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Caleb. I'm so grateful we had a chance to get together and spend some time this evening. This was so much fun. Thank you.